What does freedom really mean? When every step you take feels watched, every move calculated, and every decision could change your life forever. This is the story of one day in the life of an immigrant under the UK's new immigration rules. A day filled with invisible weight, unspoken fears, and unanswered questions. Amir, 32, wakes up at 5:30 a.m. in a cramped room he shares with two other tenants in East London. The room is quiet except for the faint hum of a nearby train and the slow creak of the floorboards. He doesn't need to be awake this early. His job at a tech firm doesn't start until 9, but his mind hasn't allowed him peace in weeks. He sits up slowly, checking his phone first. No messages, no emails. Just silence. Today is his appointment with the Home Office to review his skilled worker visa application under the UK's updated immigration policy. The rules recently changed. More paperwork, stricter income thresholds, new job classifications. For people like Amir, everything now hangs on ticking the right boxes. He moves quietly through the kitchen, careful not to wake his roommates. He makes a cup of tea, his hands slightly trembling. He hasn't been eating properly, stress has replaced hunger. He sits at the edge of the bed and flips through a plastic folder filled with documents. His degree from Karachi, a sponsorship letter from his employer, evidence of his salary, his English test results, bank statements, rental agreements, pay slips, and a handwritten letter of support from his manager. He checks the weather. Rain, again. London rain has started to feel like a metaphor. Beautiful on the surface, heavy and cold underneath. He dresses in his best clothes, a navy blue shirt and black trousers, freshly ironed the night before. As he walks to the tube station, the city is waking up. People are rushing by, headphones in, coffees in hand. To them, it's just another Tuesday. For Amir, it could be the day everything changes. He boards the train, finding a seat by the window. The reflection stares back at him, eyes tired, skin slightly pale, mouth tight with tension. The ride is long, and each station pass feels like a checkpoint in his mind. Flashbacks play, his mother crying at the airport, the joy of receiving his job offer, the first snowfall he witnessed in the UK, the friends he made and lost. His phone buzzes, his mother, again, sending a prayer emoji and a heart. He doesn't reply, afraid his voice will give away the fear he hides. At the Home Office building, a long queue of people waits outside. Different languages, different faces, same expressions. Some are students, some parents, some skilled workers like him. Each clinging to a folder of papers, each hoping today doesn't erase everything they've built. Inside, the waiting area is sterile and quiet. The fluorescent lights hum above, and security cameras silently watch every move. Amir takes a seat, knees bouncing nervously. Names are called one by one. Every name sounds like a drumbeat. Some people come out with smiles, others in tears. When his name is finally called, he stands up, wipes his sweaty palms on his trousers, and walks toward a small interview room. A woman in her 40s sits across from him. Kind face, professional tone. She doesn't smile. "Please confirm your name and date of birth," she begins. He answers. The questions keep coming. Job title, salary, length of employment, responsibilities, qualifications. Then comes the curveball. Can you explain why your role is critical to the UK economy under the current occupation list? His throat tightens. He wasn't prepared to explain in plain words what the job market has already confirmed. He tries his best, speaks of the shortage of programmers, the innovation he's contributing to, the team that depends on his work. She nods but writes without expression. The interview ends with a flat, rehearsed thank you. No hint of outcome, no timeline, no comfort, just a, "You'll be contacted by email." Amir steps back outside. The rain has turned heavier. People walk past under umbrellas, cars splash through puddles. The city moves on, indifferent. He checks his phone again, still no email. His manager texts, "Hope it went well. We're rooting for you." He responds with a thumbs up emoji, too exhausted to type. He walks toward his office, but everything around him feels surreal. The buildings look the same, but his place in them now feels uncertain. At work, his colleagues greet him with polite smiles. They're kind, but he can see the questions in their eyes they're too scared to ask. What happens if he gets denied? Will he have to leave? Will we lose our teammate? He logs into his computer, but the code on the screen swims before his eyes. He gets through the day on autopilot. During his lunch break, he walks to a nearby park. He watches kids chase pigeons, an old couple feeding ducks, a musician playing violin by the bench. Life, as always, goes on. At 6 p.m., he heads home. The sun has peeked out briefly, casting a faint orange hue over the gray sky. He buys cheap takeaway and heads back to his room. He eats in silence, the plastic container on his lap. The email hasn't come yet. He opens the home office portal and checks his application status. Still in review. He stares at the screen until it blurs. At night, his mother calls again. He answers this time. She asks how it went. He says, "It was okay," then quickly changes the subject to her blood pressure medication. They talk briefly. She reminds him to pray. He promises he will. After hanging up, he lies on his bed staring at the ceiling. Outside, a siren wails in the distance. Somewhere in the building, a couple argues. Life surrounds him, but inside it's just stillness. Sleep comes late. At 3 a.m., he jolts awake from a dream where he was packing his suitcase. He checks the portal again. Still no update. Morning comes. The cycle begins again. New day, same waiting. This was just one day. One ordinary, extraordinary day in the life of an immigrant, under new rules, under growing pressure, with uncertain futures. For Amir and thousands like him, every day is a test. Every sunrise could be a beginning or a countdown. This story may not have an ending yet, but it's not fiction, it's reality. For your neighbor, your colleague, your friend. If Amir's story moved you, if it made you pause, even for a moment, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep telling the stories that matter. Let's keep giving voices to the people who live between lines, behind files, under rules. Thank you for watching.